Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be making manicotti. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you found this video helpful. And also let me know down in the comments if you were able to make it and how it turned out. So in the first clip, you saw that I went ahead and washed my hands. I know some people are funny online, so I just kept that clip in there. Now you see that I am going ahead and taking my organic baby spinach that I purchased from Sam's Club. And even though it says it's pre-washed, you can never make sure. So I go ahead and rinse it again in my sifter here that you can see in this clip.
You're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you.
After rinsing it real good, I just look around to make sure that there isn't any spoiled or dead leaves that were left in the container. And then we're gonna go ahead and transfer this into my food processor. I do have the Ninja processor. I got it with the complete Ninja blending kit. And so I go ahead and pack the spinach in here, and you will see me later on go ahead and chop the spinach. Of course, we all know that spinach shrinks tremendously when you cook it, but I do like to pre-chop it in the food processor before cooking it for this particular meal.
Yeah, you always make me feel like
Child, I was struggling to get that cover on.
you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you.
And now we have the spinach nicely finely chopped, as you can see, and we're gonna head on to the beef sausage. So my husband eats beef. I don't eat beef too often, but for this particular dish, I do use this organic brand that I got from Costco. I do rinse my sausages before I cook them. If you are someone that is pescatarian, like I know when I am on my pescatarian kicks and I absolutely eat no meat, you can substitute the sausage for shrimp and it tastes just as good.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough.
And here you see I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same step as I did for the spinach. I'm gonna go ahead and put the sausage in the food processor, and we're gonna get that chopped up as well.
Been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop.
And there you have it. Our sausage is nice and finely chopped. Now we're heading over to the salmon, the star of the show. I went ahead and pre-cleaned it, and what you see in there is green epice that I use for my seasoning. Then we have our sausage, and you can see we have our spinach. Now I'm going to take my Calphalon pan, and as you see, I'm putting just a little bit of olive oil in the pan to coat it and get it warm.
Yeah, maybe you're brave, boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you.
Here you can see I went ahead and put a few slices into the pan, and I'm gonna let that simmer and cook. I did purchase this salmon from Sam's Club. I normally like going to the seafood markets and the meat markets and purchasing my salmon whole, and I have them cut it into steaks. But whenever I make this particular dish, because I do plan on chopping up the salmon, it is easier to use the salmon fillet pieces that I purchased from Sam's Club, simply because there isn't many bones in it. Salmon isn't a fish that holds a lot of bones in particular, but when you use the fillets versus the salmon steaks, there's even less bones that I have to worry about being left in the mixture that I'm gonna use. So here you can see that I'm going to begin, it's starting to cook, but it's not completely done, but I begin to separate it just so that more of the juice and the flavor gets into the meat of the salmon. And we're just gonna let it cook a little bit longer.
Take it away, feeling too good to me.
And as you can see, like I said, there's not a lot of bones, but there are a few tiny bones that you may come across that having the fillet is just easier to remove.
I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me.
And there goes another one.
I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason.
Now I'm just taking the last two remaining pieces of the salmon, and I'm going to do the same as you saw before, just letting it cook a little on both sides. And then I will be breaking it apart as well. I know for some people they remove the skin off of their salmon, but honestly, I keep mine off because I clean my salmon really well. I make sure all the scales are taken off of it, and it is cleaned out with lime and vinegar, so it tastes good in the mixture. But of course, everyone's taste and texture decisions are different, so if you prefer not to, you could definitely skin the salmon before.
I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain.
All right, fast forward, and here is those last two pieces cooked. Now you're gonna see me go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil to my pan, because now we're going to move on to our spinach and our sausage. Now I'm gonna go ahead and in the same pan, because everything is gonna be mixed in together in the pan, you're gonna see me here take the sausage and put that. We're just gonna want to get it a little brown. As far as seasoning, you're gonna see me take the remainder of that green egg piece and put it in the sausage. This is the only seasoning that I use for this recipe. That seasoning basically has everything that you need in order for your dish to be tasty and flavorful. If you are interested in purchasing it, you can reach out to me in my email. My mom actually sells it, so if you are interested, you could reach out through my email, chicwithshanice@gmail.com, if you are.
I just can't stop thinking about you.
So we're going to go ahead and let that brown for a little bit. And we're going to head over to prepping our pasta noodles. So, of course, you add your salt, your water, and let it get to a boil. Now, these noodles, I was not a fan of. This was my first time using these noodles. I normally use the Barilla brand Manicotti noodles. However, of course, we know there's a food shortage going on. And when I sent my husband to the store, he wasn't able to find it in our Kroger. It was sold out, and he went to Aldi and found that brand. So we're testing it out, but I did not like it. Now that the sausage has browned, as you can see we're gonna go ahead and grab our spinach, and we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and add that right into into the dish.
You're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you.
And we're just gonna go ahead and mix those together really nicely. And then of course I'm gonna continue to allow it to brown, just to get rid of the excess.
All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget.
Alright, and now it is done. So I went ahead and turned off the stove. Now you're gonna see me go ahead and pour out the noodles. And again, this particular noodle I was not a fan of. It's smaller than the Barilla noodles, which makes it more difficult to place the stuffing in, and also it didn't boil well. It broke very easily, so it wasn't as firm as the Barilla noodles. Alright, and as you can see, I've gotten a chance to brown the sausage and drain the water from the spinach, and I am adding back that salmon that we cooked previously to the pan. And here's the fun part where we go ahead and mix everything together.
I just can't stop thinking about you. I just can't stop thinking about you. I just can't stop thinking about you.
And now we're gonna go ahead and add our ricotta cheese. And I just go ahead and eyeball it based off of how much of the mixture I'm planning on making. Based off of the amount of salmon I had, I did end up using the entire container. Now when it comes to measurements, I can't tell you because I'm Haitian and we don't follow measurements. Unless I'm baking something, then I'll follow an exact recipe, but otherwise I just eyeball everything, and it's based off of just from watching my mom over the years, like cooking. You just know when it feels right. So we're just gonna continue to go ahead and mix the ingredients together, and you want to make sure that it's well mixed because you don't want like too many chunks of ricotta or salmon in one place. So just make sure you get in there and really mix everything together. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring that pan over. I do have a cooling mat that I placed on first, of course, so it does not damage my granite countertop. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my white ceramic dishes, and I'm going to go ahead and spray it with some olive oil cooking spray that I also purchased from Costco. As you can see here, it's really good. You're going to go ahead and lightly coat the pan. And the next thing we're going to do is take some tomato basil sauce and coat the bottom of the pan with that first. Of course, you want to make sure it's spread out evenly.
I just can't stop thinking about you. You got me feeling some type of way. You make me wanna stay in all day. You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you.
And so here's the noodle. And you're gonna go ahead and I just take a regular small teaspoon and begin to stuff the manicotti noodle. Again, like I said previously, I was not a fan of this noodle. It was really flimsy and it teared easily, and it was not as large, so it did give me a little difficulty when it came to stuffing the noodles. So again, I suggest purchasing the Barilla brand for the manicotti noodles. That's the one that I use normally and that I prefer. But you're just gonna go ahead and continue to grab scoops and fill the noodles. FYI, again, I did wash my hands before beginning this process. If you were to make this for a potluck or family dinner or what have you, I would suggest using gloves.
Asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you.
Now my son was waking up from his nap, and I did press stop, and I forgot to press record again once I came back to complete this. But as you saw, I'm going to be using the Tillamook mozzarella cheese, and you're just going to go ahead and coat the top of your manicotti with it. Normally I like to use the medium or finely shredded cheese, but again, there is a shortage, so you use what you can find. And you're going to just go ahead and make sure you cover the entire top layer. There was enough manicotti to stuff to create 2 layers for this pan. And once you have everything nicely covered with the mozzarella cheese, you'll go ahead and preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And I would say it cooks between 20 to 30 minutes. It just depends on your preference. I just wait until the top is a nice golden brown that I prefer. And here is the final result. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like me to make more cooking videos like this. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.